Hello, everyone. It's October 11th, and I am jumping on here because I just wanted to share a few things with you guys. And it came to my attention today. I was talking to someone this morning who just joined Self Care Soul Care, and they just have been in the group. And I realized that I need to share with people what we have in this group because for those of you that are just coming in and you haven't been a part of our coaching and the things that we've been doing for the last couple of years, you don't know all that is in this group, in the guides and in the files and everything. So I'm going to go over a few of those things, and I'm going to see if this works. Let me see while I'm live. Yeah. I might have to do this a different way. I wonder why this isn't working. I'm not able to share my screen, and I'm usually able to do that in StreamYard. So I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to do this, and hopefully I wanted to share my screen so I could show you, but hopefully I'll be able to do that. So for now, this is all on identity. And we're talking about identity a lot because we are under assault. I think Satan's whole scheme has been to attack identity from square one. I do. I think that that has always been the case, but now it's kind of been this slow and steady thing of attack against us. But I feel like now it's just all bets are off. Everything is possible. When you look around, you see the incredible assault on identity that we're dealing with. I'm putting do not disturb here. Okay. And you see it from identity, from what's going on in our schools, what is being taught to our kids, the assault on their basic fundamental, are you, how you're born. There's just so much out there, and so I want to focus on building up our identity and who we are. And I love this is from A Time to Advance, and love this book. And this little section here is called What's in a Name? And it says, a name is given for identity and function, but both characteristics are required. You are called what you are called for a reason. And there is always a redemptive purpose in your name if you will allow the Lord to do what he wants to do in you. And we do that by entering into his timing, by aligning ourselves, right? By positioning ourselves so that we are guided by him. And we see that. So I love how he says this. He says, you must grasp the importance of allowing God to intervene in your life. So when you look at all the people, like how God intervened, starting with Abraham and all of these different people, you see God intervening. And I was speaking with someone this morning, another person who was talking about how she's in a state, in a stage, and in a time of her life that God is making things very uncomfortable so that she has to deal with some of the deeper rooted things. Have you ever experienced that? Or should I say, have you experienced that in the last 24 hours? Because it's a constant thing. And there are times and seasons where it's a little bit deeper than others. But I feel like what I have embraced and what I love about this group is that we have embraced the journey, this journey of discovery, this journey of healing. And that's what life is. And when we walk with God and we allow him to intervene in our lives, we're allowing him to partner with us. Things that are challenging, things that are difficult, things that he is bringing to the light, it's about him yanking up those roots so that he can plant in new seeds so that you can get new fruit, new results, new experiences in your life. We talk a lot about breaking neural pathways, changing those belief systems. And there's so much power in that because Satan wants you to be deceived about who you are, to be deceived about your calling. I was talking to another person this morning that was sharing and at the different, she's been working through things and the different assaults that have been happening to quiet her, to steal her voice. And it's so incredible when you see it from this side and you see the battle that's going on. And so it occurred to me that it's all about strengthening our identity. You know, it's like strengthening your core. Your core to you physically is strengthening everything else, and your identity is your core. It is your core. I loved what my friend Jen posted this morning on identity. Um, and I'm going to post it in the comments here. It took faith for David to defeat Goliath, yet identity was required to take the throne. That's so amazing. Faith brought David victory, but identity would be needed to fulfill his destiny. Yes, and we just talked about David last week, so I loved that, and I loved because God put it on my heart to share about identity today. So God intervened like he did with Abraham. He's intervening with you all the time. He's partnering with you. And being grafted in the bloodline of Christ is what forms our identity, right? That's what forms our identity from the beginning. And your prophetic destiny is being created now in God's time to move you into your future. Embrace his intervention and step into the redemptive plan he has ordained for you. It's incredible. So, one of the things that I was saying when I was talking to this woman earlier, that there's something in our group here that is a gem, and it is literally a gem. And we've got a training in this group that's free. That's the GEMS training. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the GEMS personality test. And I recommend that if you have never been exposed to GEMS, it is a training on the 4 personality types. And it's incredibly powerful. It's Danny Johnson. And if you've ever gone to a Danny Johnson seminar, it is one of her foundational teachings. It's an understanding first about who you are, and then learning it. I've done a lot of different things, from the Enneagram to the disc profile, and all of those things are powerful tools along this line. But GEMS to me was the first time I actually went through something that taught me so much about who I was, my strengths and my undirected strengths, right? Every gem, we all have every gem in us, but we have a dominant and a secondary. So it's so empowering to learn who you are first. And this tool helped me. I use this all the time. I would honestly tell you that my 2 greatest tools in my tool belt are grief recovery and GEMS. I feel like those have helped me navigate life more than anything else that I've ever learned. And Danny is this is her, it's her modality. You can learn more about it at DannyJohnson.com. First Steps to Wealth, First Steps to Success. She teaches that in her books. You can get it. But what we did is we did an overview of it, and it lives here in this group. So it's in the guides section. And maybe what I'll do is I'll do a video of sharing my screen, and I'll just post it, because StreamYard used to let me do that, but it's not letting me. So I'm going to do that. I will put up a video. But if you are familiar with groups, you just go to the top and you'll see different tabs, and under guides, you click on guides, and you'll see actually there's a whole bunch of Judy's meditations in there from when she was teaching on her, oh my gosh, her meditation, the give principle. It's all in there, and different teachings that I did. Specifically, this was during the first of the year where we were going through the guide, the Thrive Guide. There's a bunch of teachings on that, some other things as well. But the last 2, number 11 and 12, are the GEMS. There's 2 of them. There's GEMS 1 and GEMS 2, because GEMS 1 is an overview of all the 4 different temperaments, and really understanding who you are first, and then understanding when you know the gems and you start to read people and you go, oh wow, they're emerald. And so they think very differently than me. If I'm a sapphire or a pearl or a ruby, right? Every gem thinks differently. So they think more logically. They're more logic than emotional. And so when they ask questions, they're asking questions to learn something. I'm not being interrogated. I'm not in trouble. I mean, boom, that's a freebie right there. If you have an understanding of an emerald personality, and you always wonder why you feel like you're in trouble all the time, just understanding that that's the way they think and process is a game changer. So every gem Every person needs to be groomed. Every gem has strengths. A ruby is going to change the world, and they're not going to stop until they do. Sleep is for when you die, right? So, but a ruby needs to be groomed, or they're going to end up being the CEO of a company and been divorced 3 times and have their kids not speaking to them. You know what I mean? Like to the nth degree. I'm talking about every gem has incredible giftings. And when you groom them, whether you're grooming yourself or whether you're grooming your kids, whatever role that you're in, this helped me understand Dan and understand our dynamic so much. Like literally saved our marriage, saved our communication. And then grief recovery was obviously the thing that really helped more than anything. But gems is key. So I just wanted to put that out there because we are going to be going in the next couple weeks. I know I've been saying this the last couple times because I am in a trainings right now for really developing our business, our company, everything from the ground up. And so I'm drinking from a couple fire hoses right now and learning some things. And so I've been kind of wondering, is this the time? Should we do this at a different time? But it's really on my heart to do a self-parenting course that'll be coming up. And if you guys actually, I'd love to hear your take on it. If it's something that you want to do in this fall season, which is what I'm leaning towards. So, sorry, this is live, uncensored. I'm brainstorming as I'm going, but I'm very excited because we have done, if you've done self parenting with us, you know the power that it is. It's a workshop that we do. It's going to be 6 weeks. We meet on Zoom. We do work. This is intensive. It's awesome, and it's about really going down and digging up roots and planting a new seed and really helping with identity, like more than anything. And I think this would be a very powerful way to spend these next few months, which on the Hebrew calendar, we're already in the new year, right? So this is like hidden time, and we want to make the most of this hidden time. So I'm excited to come alongside you guys and do everything that we can to break through, to understand our identity, to groom those areas that we need groomed in so that we can shine, so that we can go forward into the next place where God is calling us with full confidence and not self-sabotaging. There's so many people that I know, especially if you've been doing grief recovery work. When you do grief recovery work and you get healing from those foundational relationships, wow, it's like you've just dropped all this weight physically and metaphorically and all those things, and it's time to move forward. I always tell people, don't be surprised if a promotion comes your way. You're going to find that you're attracting different people into your life that are at a healthier place because you're at a healthier place. And we attract that. So I'm very excited to dig into that. And I recommend that if you haven't done gems, if you haven't been exposed to that, please check out the videos. They're here. I'm going to post a little later today the gems personality test. It's a lot of fun. Do it if you're married, do it with your spouse. If you have kids that are kind of like preteen to teen, they could totally do it. You could do it together. It's a lot of fun. It's very bonding. It's a powerful, powerful tool. And we will talk more and more about it. In fact, we'll probably end up, as I'm thinking about it, doing a live gems, which would be a lot of fun. We can do that on Zoom. We have not done that in a long time. But for now, check out the videos that are in the guides here and look for the personality test. Check it out and let's talk about identity. All right. Love you guys. Have a beautiful day.